Hello everybody, welcome to ixamBee. This is Amrita and I'm here before you all with the third video of the series of 100 most important questions for SEBI Grade A Legal Officer examination. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can write to us at hello@ixamBee.com. You can call on this number and visit our website www.ixamBee.com for all the details relating to government exams preparation, not only for legal but also other examinations. We provide for exclusively mentoring and courses here at ixamBee. So do visit our website. 100 most important questions की सीरीज हमने स्टार्ट की थी. We have completed with 2 parts. This is the third part, and in this part we are going to cover around 30 important questions. So watch this video till the end. This is going to be very beneficial for you for your exam preparation. So do watch this video till the end. Take benefit of all the 30 questions in this video. Also, the previous 2 parts of videos are consisting of another set of 40 questions. और अभी इसके बाद मैं आपको एक और वीडियो दूंगी for the last 30 questions and we'll be done with the 100 most important questions for SEBI Grade A Legal Officer examination. These questions, friends, are very helpful for you, not only for revision practice but also इनसे आपको इम्पॉर्टेंट सब्जेक्ट्स, इम्पॉर्टेंट एरिया समझ में आएंगे, इम्पॉर्टेंट सेक्शन समझ में आएंगे. जो भी हम लोग टॉपिक्स कवर कर रहे हैं उनके एज पर वेटेज ही हम लोग कवर कर रहे हैं. जो सब्जेक्ट्स का जितना वेटेज है उतने हमारे पास क्वेश्चंस हैं एंड ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट एरियाज हैं. सो ये वीडियोस आपके लिए काफ़ी बेनिफिशियल एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से. सिक्योरिटीज अपीलेट ट्रिब्यूनल इज एस्टैब्लिश्ड अंडर, पहला क्वेश्चन सेबी से. एक्चुअली ये सारे क्वेश्चंस सिक्योरिटीज लॉ से ही रहेंगे. कुछ इनिशियल फर्स्ट 20 क्वेश्चंस आई हैव पिक्ड फ्रॉम दिस एरिया. इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फ्रॉम एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू एंड हैविंग अ वेरी गुड वेटेज ऑल्सो. सिक्योरिटीज अपीलेट ट्रिब्यूनल कौन से अथॉरिटी के एक्ट के अंदर एस्टैब्लिश हुआ है? वेरी इजी एंड डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन. यस, एंड द आंसर इज A, that is Securities and Exchange Board of India Act 1992. As mentioned in the definition of Depository Act, SAT, Securities Appellate Tribunal, means an appellate tribunal established under this act. Section 15K provides for it. Be aware of the sections also in such kind of questions. Which of the following is true with respect to the establishment of Securities and Exchange Board of India? अब ये क्वेश्चन है एस्टैब्लिशमेंट से रिलेटेड. यहाँ पे कुछ स्टेटमेंट्स दिए गए हैं एंड आपको करेक्ट ऑप्शन चूज करना है जो करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट्स का करेक्ट कॉम्बिनेशन कैरी कर रहा हो. सो बी वेयर ऑफ सच काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस ऑल्सो. क्वेश्चंस ईजी होते हैं लेकिन थोड़े से डिस्क्रिप्टिव हो जाते हैं एज इट इज कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ स्टेटमेंट्स एंड ऑप्शंस. कई बार हम लोग इसमें भी कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं और गलतियां कर बैठते हैं. अवॉइड दैट. Be very careful while reading such kind of questions. तो इसमें से correct statements कौन से होंगे? You have to find out relating to the establishment of Securities and Exchange Board of India. And actually this question is very basic and basing on a common logic. अगर आप सिर्फ लॉजिक भी अप्लाई करें तो बोर्ड may not establish offices at any other places in India. ये स्टेटमेंट हमें थोड़ा सा suitable नहीं लग रहा है. And the answer is B. That was not consisting of statement number 3. That is 1, 2 and 4 are correct. This is directly provided under section 3 of the SEBI Act 1992. This is an important section discussing about the establishment and incorporation of board. You can go through these explanations in detail while pausing this video. पॉज करके भी देख सकते हो या फिर जो पीपीटी है इस वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन में अटैच्ड आप उसको भी रेफर कर सकते हो. वीडियो की लेंथ को नज़र रखते हुए मुझे कुछ ब्रीफ डिस्कशंस करने होंगे इन क्वेश्चंस के. बट यू कैन एनी टाइम गेट बेनिफिटेड out of these explanations. We have provided these questions comprehensively along with an explanation attached, detailed one with all the sections, with all the questions. So पीपीटी को आप रेफर कर लीजिएगा इस वीडियो के साथ जो अटैच है. Question number 43. In order to pledge or hypothecate securities that are held in a depository, prior approval of dash is compulsorily required. तो किसका prior approval required होगा? सेबी का, स्टॉक एक्सचेंज का, डिपॉजिटरी का, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का, या प्रायर अप्रूवल रिक्वायर्ड ही नहीं है? सिर्फ इंटीमेशन भी दो तो दैट्स इनफ. यस, द आंसर इज सी, विच इज डिपॉजिटरी. सेक्शन 12 of the Depository Act provides for this, that the pledge or the hypothecation of securities that are held in a depository subject to such kind of regulations and bylaws, of course, that can be made in this behalf. A beneficial owner with the previous approval of depository can create a pledge or hypothecation और उसका intimation करना भी ज़रूरी है. That is provided under clause 2 and clause 3 में दिया है that उसकी entry होगी records में, which will be an evidence of that pledge or hypothecation. Question number 44. Under section 3 of the Depository Act, no depository shall act as a depository unless it obtains which kind of certificate? There are many options you can see in front of you. Those certificate, the kind of certificate and from which authority. ये एक important provision है. Answer है certificate of commencement of business from the board, which has to be got. Unless and until that is there, depository cannot start working as a depository. ये भी एक direct provision है which is provided under section 3 of the act, and it clearly mentions that certificate of commencement of business from the board, unless that is available, the depository cannot start its function. ये भी आप डिटेल एक्सप्लेनेशन पढ़ लेना, सेक्शन 3 को मार्क कर लो एज इम्पॉर्टेंट एंड डू रेफर इट. आप इस वीडियो के साथ साथ एटलीस्ट सेक्शन नंबर्स लिख के रख सकते हो जो जो आपको लग रहे हैं कि इम्पॉर्टेंट है, वीडियो में बताए गए हैं. इन सबको आप डू रिवाइज देम. Which section of Depository Act applies to Bankers Book Evidence Act to a depository? Now be aware of such kind of questions also. Caution over here. ये क्वेश्चन को अगर आप दोबारा पढ़ोगे आपको समझ में आएगा ये क्या पूछ रहे हैं. विच सेक्शन ऑफ द डिपॉजिटरी एक्ट. आप कंफ्यूज हो सकते हो विच सेक्शन ऑफ द बैंकर्स बुक एविडेंस एक्ट इज बीइंग आस्क्ड. नो, विच सेक्शन ऑफ द डिपॉजिटरी एक्ट इज अप्लाइंग बैंकर्स बुक एविडेंस एक्ट टू अ डिपॉजिटरी. ऐसा पूछा गया है एंड सेक्शन नंबर आपको यहाँ पे पूछा गया है. कभी कभी सेक्शंस भी पूछे जाते हैं डायरेक्टली जो इंपॉर्टेंट एरियाज होते हैं वहां से. एंड द आंसर इज सी. सेक्शन 15 ऑफ द डिपॉजिटरी एक्ट makes this Bankers Book Evidence Act 1891 applicable as if it was a bank in section 2 of that act. बाकी के सारे sections भी mark कर लीजिए. 10, 13, 15, 17, 21 जो जो options में दिए गए थे उनकी explanation पढ़ लेना because ये सारे important थे इसलिए हमने इनको यहाँ पे options में रखा है. Question number 46. Central government has a power to remove any difficulty that is arising in giving effect to the provisions of the SEBI Act. So what is the maximum period up to which such an order can be passed? And the options are 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. कितना period prescribe किया गया है? Central government has the power. This is no doubt correct. 5 years का period provide किया गया है. And the section 34 of this act provides for the power to remove difficulties which rests with the central government. And 5 years का period यहाँ पे दिया है. Expiry of 5 years from the commencement of this act. Every order made under this section shall be laid as soon as may be after it is made before the Houses of Parliament. Similar section you have in the Depositories Act also. You can go through section 29 for it. But वहाँ पे 2 years का period provide किया गया है. Question number 47. Who has the power to make rules under the SCRA 1956? SEBI, Central Government, Stock Exchange, Stock Broker, Securities Appellate Tribunal. किसको power है rules बनाने का under the SCRA 1956? Yes, answer is B, Central Government. Very easy, direct question. Section 30 of the SCRA Act deals with the power to make rules that rests with the central government by the notification in official gazette. This is also a detailed explanation. As you can see, it is attached over here. काफी सारे sections आपके revise हो जाएंगे. You can go through these sections and be well versed with these provisions. Question number 48. When can the recovery officer under SEBI Act start the recovery proceedings against any person by attachment or sale? ये I would say law officer examination के लिए बहुत ही ज़्यादा important question है. इसका नॉलेज आपको होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. रिकवरी प्रोसीडिंग्स कैसे इनिशिएट होंगी, किस मोड से होंगी. एंड दिस क्वेश्चन कंसिस्ट्स ऑफ द ऑप्शंस. एक्चुअली इट इज अगेन कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ सम स्टेटमेंट्स दैट व्हेन and those statements are in combination in the form of the options. आपको correct option pick करना है. If a person has failed to pay the penalty, if a person has failed to comply with the directions of the board for refund of monies, person has failed to comply with the directions of disgorgement order, person has failed to pay the fees to the board, इन सब कंडीशंस में होगा या कुछ कंडीशंस में होगा, एंड अटैचमेंट और सेल ही होगी. सो इससे रिलेटेड प्रोविजन है हमारे पास. पहले हम आंसर देख लेते हैं. करेक्ट आंसर इज ई, दैट इज 1, 2, 3 and 4 इन ऑल ऑफ दीज कंडीशंस एज यू कैन सी. एंड द करेक्ट एक्सप्लेनेशन फॉर दिस यू कैन सी इज सेक्शन 28A. काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है ये आपके लिए. डू रीड इट, बी वेल वर्स्ड. इसमें से कोई भी क्वेश्चन निकल के आ सकता है. आपको ये भी ऑप्शंस में दिया जा सकता है कौन से मोड्स हैं. आपको कुछ भी पूछा जा सकता है, सेक्शन भी पूछा जा सकता है. इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है. डू बी prepared with it. Dealing with the recovery of the amounts and the conditions as we have seen the statements, it is provided directly under this section. And also for these provisions, corresponding sections are there in the SCRA and Depository Acts 23JB and section 19IB. ये भी आप पढ़ लीजिएगा for a good knowledge of all such kind of provisions which are important. In all the three acts you can find it. Question number 49. No court shall take cognizance of any offence that is punishable under the SCRA or any rules or regulations, bylaws that are made thereunder, save on a complaint that is made by central government, state government, SEBI, recognized as a stock exchange, any person. इसमें से आपको करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट्स चूज करने हैं. यहाँ पे आप देख रहे हो यहाँ पे और का यूज हुआ है. एंड और इस तरीके के जो वर्ड्स होते हैं इनसे काफ़ी बच के रहना. अगर ये ऑप्शंस में आते हैं, केयरफुली ट्रीट देम. Don't take it easy and make silly mistakes while you are solving such kind of questions. अब कौन सा court shall take cognizance of any offence that is punishable under the SCRA or any rules or regulations or bylaws that are made thereunder, save on a complaint that is made by. Complaint made by whom? Anybody out of these or any prominent authority is there? The answer is D. 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. You can see D is consisting of all the statements, all the 5 statements. Section 26 of the Act provides for this. Directly यहाँ से क्वेश्चन उठाया गया है and काफ़ी बेसिक भी है. SEBI and Depositories Act, Section 22 of the Depositories Act भी आप रेफर कर लेना एक बार for the provisions relating to SEBI and the Depositories Act. Section 26 of the SEBI Act. So ये प्रोविजन तीनों एक्ट्स में मौजूद है. डू गो थ्रू इट. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन नंबर 51. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज करेक्ट रिगार्डिंग द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ सेबी. तो सेबी के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के बारे में क्वेश्चन है. अगेन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट आई वुड से. सेबी का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आपको पता होना चाहिए. विच सेक्शन इज इट वो हम देखेंगे, बट एटलीस्ट यू शुड नो हु ऑल आर कॉन्स्टिट्यूटेड अंडर सेबी. रिजर्व बैंक, members of Ministry of Finance. E answer है. All of these people are actually constituting SEBI as a whole. So answer is going to be all A, B and C. And the section, requisite section is section 4 of the SEBI Act that deals with the management of the board and whom the board shall consist of. That is exclusively dealt with there. Next question, question number 51. Central government shall remove a member from the board in the certain cases. So which of the following is not a valid ground? That it is adjudged as insolvent, is of unsound mind, he has been convicted by any offence, has in the opinion of the central government abused his position so as to render his continuation in the office that is detrimental to the public interest. All of the above are valid grounds. क्या लगता है आपको सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कब रिमूव कर सकती है एक मेंबर को बोर्ड से? ये काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है. अगेन इस तरीके के रिमूवल से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस पहले भी आ चुके हैं सेबी के एग्जाम में से. ग्राउंड, वैलिड ग्राउंड कौन सा नहीं है? बी अवेयर दे आर आस्किंग विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट अ वैलिड ग्राउंड एंड द आंसर इज सी. ही हैज बीन कन्विक्टेड ऑफ एनी ऑफेंस. एनी ऑफेंस के लिए आप रिमूव नहीं कर सकते. देयर इज अ स्पेसिफिकेशन इफ यू गो थ्रू सेक्शन 6 ऑफ द सेबी एक्ट व्हेन अ पर्सन कैन बी रिमूव्ड, when a member can be removed from the office. The conditions, you can see condition number C over here. If he has been convicted of an offence which in the opinion of the central government involves a moral turpitude. Moral turpitude है तो ही वो कन्विक्ट हो सकता है, बाकी के सारे ऑफेंसेस इंक्लूडेड नहीं है यहाँ पे. एंड गो थ्रू दिस सेक्शन अगेन, दिस इज एन इम्पॉर्टेंट सेक्शन. Question number 52. Under the SCRA, any person who is aggrieved by any of the decision or order of the Securities Appellate Tribunal, he may file an appeal to the High Court within how many days he can file an appeal to the High Court? That has been asked. Again, a procedural question has been asked over here, but ऐसे questions पूछे जाते हैं. And the answer is 30 days, 45 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days. कितने days में जा सकते हैं? The answer is C, that is 60 days. 60 days में you can make an appeal to the High Court from the decision of or order of the SAT, that is Securities Appellate Tribunal. इससे आपको ये भी पता चल गया कि appeal lies to High Court. Section 22F provides for it and that has to be done within 60 days. Sufficient cause होना चाहिए, no doubt. Sufficient cause has to be there for filing the appeal within said period. Allow it to be filed within a further period, but that should not exceed 60 days. ये भी आपको ध्यान में रखना चाहिए that he may file an appeal to the High Court within 60 days from the date of communication. और sufficient cause होना चाहिए उसमें. If the High Court is satisfied that the appellant was prevented by sufficient cause from filing the appeal within the said period, then it can be allowed to be filed within a further period. But that again should not exceed 60 days. Who shall appoint the staff of Securities Appellate Tribunal? Appointment से related question है. कौन अपॉइंट करेगा? एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिवली कौन कर सकता है ये अपॉइंटमेंट? यू हैव टू थिंक इट लाइक दैट. एंड द ऑप्शन करेक्ट वन इज सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट इज गोइंग टू अपॉइंट द स्टाफ. दिस इज एक्चुअली अ कॉमन लॉजिक बेस्ड क्वेश्चन ऑल्सो, आई वुड से. अगर आपको पता नहीं भी है तो भी आप ये आंसर कर सकते हैं. सेक्शन 15S ऑफ द SEBI Act provides for the staff of the Securities Appellate Tribunal. Their salaries, allowances, everything has been covered within that. Question number 54. The presiding officer of every judicial member or technical member of the Securities Appellate Tribunal shall hold office for a term of. This is actually again a descriptive question. But अगर आपने ये पहले पढ़ा है तो ये बहुत जल्दी आप सॉल्व कर सकते हो बिकॉज ये डायरेक्टली पिक किया गया है. यू कैन मेक इट आउट बाय रीडिंग द क्वेश्चन ओनली. प्रिसाइडिंग ऑफिसर हो, जुडिशियल मेंबर हो, टेक्निकल मेंबर हो सैट का, दे शैल होल्ड एन ऑफिस फॉर अ टर्म ऑफ. Yes, 5 years from the date on which he enters the office, 5 years from the date of his appointment, eligible for reappointment, that shall extend to 65 years of his age. अब यहाँ पे क्या डिफरेंस है? 70 years of his age, या फिर 5 years from the date on which he enters upon his office, but eligible for reappointment for another term of 5 years, but that should be again along with an allied condition कि 65 years of age होनी चाहिए. कभी कभी ऐसे कॉम्बिनेशन में भी सिचुएशंस चेंज हो सकती हैं, तो ये क्वेश्चंस आपको बहुत ध्यान से सॉल्व करने हैं कि क्या डिफरेंसेस हैं हर एक ऑप्शन में. दैट यू हैव टू रीड वेरी केयरफुली. और यहाँ पे बस एज चेंज हो रही है, यहाँ पे 65 है, यहाँ पे 70 है. दोनों ऑप्शंस में इतना ही डिफरेंस है. यस, सो द करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज सी. व्हाट इज सी? 5 years from the date on which he enters upon his office and shall be eligible for reappointment for another term of maximum 5 years, but that should be up to a maximum age of 70 years only. This is directly provided under section 15N of the SEBI Act. ये सारे मेंबर्स का टेन्योर ऑफ ऑफिस डिस्कस कर रहा है सिक्योरिटीज अपीलेट ट्रिब्यूनल का. Question number 55. Which section of the SCRA deals with the delisting of securities? 12A, 18A, 21A, 22A, 27A. Answer is C, 21A. Direct section based question है, नॉलेज बेस्ड क्वेश्चन है. अगर आपको पता है तो आप सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. इट इज़ लाइक यू शुड नो सच काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन. ऐसे भी क्वेश्चन कभी कभी पूछे जाते हैं जो नॉलेज बेस्ड हो, उसमें आप एक्चुअली लॉजिक नहीं अप्लाई कर सकते. Power to issue directions is all these sections you can see which section is there for what consecutively. You should know at least the headings. Question number 56. Where the scheme for corporatization and demutualization is approved, then the scheme shall be published immediately by. The options are SEBI in an official gazette, recognized stock exchange in 2 daily newspapers, recognized stock exchange in 1 English and 1 regional newspaper, both A and B, both A and C. तो ये इसका आंसर क्या होगा? थोड़ा सा अनएक्सपेक्टेड एंड ट्विस्टेड क्वेश्चन लग रहा है, बट you should be prepared from all the angles कुछ भी पूछा जा सकता है इस तरीके से, तो आपको अवेयर होना चाहिए ऑलवेज. एंड द करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज डी, दैट बोथ ए एंड बी, एज यू कैन सी. Firstly, SEBI has to publish it immediately in the official gazette and then recognize stock exchange in 2 daily newspapers. Section 4B, clause 4 of the SCRA provides for this directly. Next, question number 57. Who has the power to make rules restricting voting rights of the members of the stock exchange? Central government, SEBI, stock exchange, Securities Appellate Tribunal, or the voting rights cannot be restricted at all. हो सकता है कोई restriction हो सकता है, and that is answer C, stock exchange. Who has the power? The third option is correct, that is stock exchange has the powers to make these rules restricting the voting rights. Section 7A of the SCRA provides for it, that the power of recognized stock exchange to make rules restricting the voting rights, etc., that is directly covered under this section. Okay, moving ahead. Question number 58. If there is a contravention of any of the bylaws that are made by recognized stock exchange, then the member concerned shall be liable to fine, expulsion from membership, suspension from membership for a specified period, all A, B and C, one or more of A, B, C, and any other penalty of a like nature that is not involving the payment of money. So अगर कोई contravention होता है in any of the bylaws that are made by the recognized stock exchange, and the member concerned shall in such kind of a situation shall be held liable, and if held liable, then held liable for what? The answer is E, one or more of A, B, C and any other penalty. इन तीनों options में से कोई एक या फिर any other penalty of a like nature that is not involving the payment of money. Section 9 clause 3 of SCRA provides for this. All these punishments you can see it is directly provided over here. ये आप directly जाके पढ़ सकते हो. Question number 59. Contracts in derivatives shall be legal and valid if such contracts are. Derivative contract से related है. A, B, C options देख रहे हो आप लोग. Traded on a recognized stock exchange, settled on the clearing house of the recognized stock exchange, or in accordance with the rules and bylaws of such kind of a stock exchange, between such parties and on such terms that the central government may by notification in the official gazette specify it, both A and B, all A, B and C. क्या होगा correct option? Yes, the correct option is E. All A, B and C are correct. They shall be legal and valid if such contracts are having all these three kind of features. Section 18A of SCRA deals with the contracts and derivatives part. This is also an important part. Section 18A, contracts and derivatives, ये topic important है, इसलिए यहाँ पे pick किया है questions में. Question number 60. As per section 7A of the SEBI Act, who shall not take part in the meeting of the board? बोर्ड की मीटिंग्स में कौन पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर सकता? सेक्शन भी मेंशन किया है यहाँ पे. Any member who is a director of the company, any member who has any direct or indirect pecuniary interest, that is any matter coming up for consideration in that meeting, any member who is a director of a company and who has such director as any direct or indirect pecuniary interest in any matter that is coming up for consideration, any member who is a director of a company and who has such director does not have any direct or indirect pecuniary interest in that matter for consideration, none of the above. Who shall not take part पूछा गया है. Answer is C. Any member who is a director of the company and who as such director has any direct or indirect pecuniary interest in that matter that is coming up for consideration. So such kind of person cannot take part in that meeting. 7A section directly provides for it. Member who cannot participate in meeting in certain cases. 61. As per SEBI Act, no act or a proceeding of the board shall be invalid merely by the reason of any vacancy, any defect in the constitution, any defect in the appointment of the person acting as a member of the board, any irregularity in procedure of the board, but that is not affecting the merits of the case, all A, B and C, any of A, B and C. Yes, the correct answer is E, that is or any of A, B and C, any of the above. As per SEBI Act, no act or proceeding of the board shall be invalid merely by these particular reasons, that is enlisted, vacancies, etc. are not going to invalidate the proceedings of the board. No act or proceeding of the board shall be invalid merely by these particular reasons that are directly provided. Now we are done with Securities Act. Many questions we have discussed from these areas. अब चलते हैं थोड़ा सा torts and consumer protection वाले area की तरफ. Before we end this video, let's discuss another set of 9 questions and cover this, conclude this video. Securities law से काफ़ी questions हम लोगों ने discuss किए and of course उसका weightage भी है उतना. Now coming to torts. Tort is statutorily defined under, yes, the options are Limitation Act, Civil Procedure Code, Tort Law, not defined at all statutorily, none of the above. Statutorily defined किया गया है tort को, and अगर किया गया है तो किस में किया गया है? The correct option is A, Limitation Act. Section 2M अगर आप देखोगे Limitation Act का 1963, it is statutorily defining torts under Section 2M. Tort means a civil wrong which is not exclusively the breach of a contract, breach of a trust. Law of torts is a common law in itself, but उसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि कोई statute में वो defined नहीं हुआ है. It has been defined under Limitation Act. इस तरीके के tricky questions से आपको बच के रहना है. 63. Just as the criminal law consists of a body of rules establishing a specific offence, so the law of torts consists of a body of rules that are establishing specific injuries. Neither in one case nor in the other there is any general principle of liability. ये statement जो है define करता है law of torts को. This was made by whom? Be careful while reading such kind of questions. They have given you a part of a statement by a philosopher. वो statement define करता है law of torts को. इससे आपको ये judge करना that it was made by whom. Options are Salmon, Winfield, Jenks, Jennings. Yes, law of torts से भी आपको थोड़ी hint लगेगी. torts किसने define किया था? Salmon. इससे ही आपको 2 मिनट में link लग जानी चाहिए that law of torts support करने वाला कौन सा philosopher है, वो है Salmon. Pigeonhole theory, very famous theory of Salmon, and also it is an important theory. That's why it has been picked up over here as a important question. ये theory भी आप पढ़ लेना. Salmon का stance है that torts are in the form of pigeonholes and any act that falls into place or relating to any of the holes shall be a tort. So that's why he has supported the theory of law of torts. To the other hand, law of tort किसने किया है? Winfield ने define किया है. Question number 64. What is the meaning of no actus intervenens? Yes, another important principle under tort law. क्या है उसका meaning actually that has been provided? Intervening act, new intervening act, nightly intervening act, persistently intervening act, wrongful act. Yes, the answer is B. New intervening act is actually a Latin legal maxim that stands for it. Novus actus interveniens, new intervening act, which talks about an independent act which breaks the chain of causation. It is very important while awarding damages in case of tortious liability. 65. Absolute liability was established in India in the case of another very important doctrine from tort, strict and absolute liability. These are the options. Which case it was actually established in India? It was an MC Mehta case, but which one? MC Mehta versus Union of India. The Bhopal gas leak case was the one when absolute liability was developed in India, and this principle emerged in it. Actually, Supreme Court of India modified its rules that were laid down in Reliance versus Fletcher case, and that was laid down in that case by the House of Lords, and that was actually modified, and we developed the absolute liability rule out of that for fitting it according to the Indian scenario. 66. Vicarious liability follows the doctrine of respondent is supreme, respondent superior in the course of employment, vicarious respondent, all of the above. कौन सी theories को support करता है vicarious liability? या फिर किसी एक को या सबको? Yes, the correct answer is B, respondent superior. Very easy question. Vicarious liability follows this doctrine and it is one of the most common forms in the imposition of liability on the employer for the acts of his or her employee. What is the penalty for making false and misleading advertisements as per Consumer Protection Act? Moving towards Consumer Protection Act now. Simple imprisonment, imprisonment up to 3 months, penalty up to 10 lakhs or imprisonment or penalty up to 20 lakhs, penalty up to 1 crore rupees. Yes, what is the penalty for making false and misleading advertisements? Answer is C, imprisonment or penalty up to 10 lakh of rupees. This is provided under section 21 clause 4 of the Act that any person who publishes a false and misleading advertisement may be punished with an imprisonment or a penalty that may extend up to 10 lakh. 68. An appeal shall be preferred before against the order of National Commission before 30 days. But before whom it can be preferred? Division Bench of National Commission, Supreme Court, Central Government, both B और C. या तो Central Government या Central Supreme Court दोनों में से आप किसी के पास जा सकते हो या any of the above. Division Bench के पास जा सकते हो. किसके पास जा सकते हो? थोड़ा सा tricky question है, but you can expect. Appeal can be preferred, ये आपको पता है. Within 30 days it can be preferred. ये भी कभी आपको option में पूछा जा सकता है. That before this authority against order of National Commission within how many days? So be prepared like that. Answer is B, Supreme Court. Directly Supreme Court को जाती है appeal within 30 days. As per the section 67 of Consumer Protection Act 2019. Be very well prepared with relating to jurisdiction of all the authorities under Consumer Protection Act, their jurisdiction, penalties being imposed in certain pronounced offences, then also relating to appeal procedures. You should be thoroughly prepared. Which of the following that is statements is true about procedure for filing a consumer complaint? Yes, easy है, logic based question है. Consumer complaint writing में होनी चाहिए, agent के through हो सकती है, online offline भी हो सकती है. So the answer is A, B and C. That is answer E. ये सारे conditions हैं जो complaint का procedure बता रही है and it is a very easy and a logic based question. So the last question for our discussion today. District Commission has power to review its order within the 30 days, within 45 days. A and B, no power to review its own order, and the answer will be D, that the District Commission has the power to review its order. Actually this question you can, यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा एरर हुआ है. डिस्ट्रिक्ट कमीशन हैज अ पावर टू रिव्यू इट्स ऑर्डर, ये यहाँ तक क्वेश्चन था एक्चुअली, एंड इट हैज द पावर टू रिव्यू द ऑर्डर दैट हैज बीन पास्ड बाय इट विदिन 30 days, within 45 days. A and B, no power to review its order. So the correct answer, दो कुछ टेक्निकल चीज़ें हो जाती है वाइल फ्रेमिंग क्वेश्चंस, बट व्हाट द एरिया ऑफ फोकस हियर इज कि आपको क्या पूछा गया है. डिस्ट्रिक्ट कमीशन के पास जो रिव्यू करने का पावर है उसको डिस्क्राइब करते हुए यू हैव बीन गिवन ऑप्शंस. आइदर इट हैज़ द पावर टू रिव्यू एन ऑर्डर पास्ड बाय इट, इट हैज़ द पावर टू रिव्यू दिस ऑर्डर, ये यहाँ पे रिपीट होना चाहिए था. Within 30 days, it has the power to review the order within 45 days. It has the power to review its order within 30 days. This is what is meant by option D. Or it has no power to review its order at all. So the correct option is D. Section 40 अगर आप रेफर करोगे डिस्ट्रिक्ट कमीशन का, it shall have the power to review. Obviously review का पावर खुद के ही ऑर्डर के लिए होगा. That is only known as review. That is not revision. That is not reference, that is review. Any order that is being passed by itself, if there is an error which is apparent on the face of record, either on its own motion or any application that is made by the parties within 30 days of that order. So the correct option will be A and B taken together, which is provided under option D. That's why option D is the correct answer. Okay, we are done with the next set of 30 questions. Now we are left only with the last set of 30 questions, which I will be coming before you all shortly in my part 4 of this video series. सेबी ग्रेड ए लीगल का ऑनलाइन कोर्स अवेलेबल है एट ixamBee with all the features as you can see here, short videos, practice questions, practice tests which are full length, doubt clarifying classes are there, notes are there, descriptive tests are there, and interview guidance भी होता है. For more details you can visit our website, and also all the ixamBee mock tests are free at www.ixamBee.com. You have expert faculty for legal. You can come to us for any queries that you require. इस वीडियो के कमेंट सेक्शन में भी आप रिक्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं अगर आपके कोई क्वेरीज है, कोई डाउट्स है या कोई रिक्वेस्ट्स हैं. And also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay updated with such kind of videos, and be well prepared with your government exams preparation. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you.